Welcome back to my YouTube channel after ages, back with a bang. And today's topic is extremely important. Okay, did you know that mental fitness is as important as physical fitness? A lot of people focus a lot on physical fitness, on how you look, because that, of course, it's also connected with how you feel, right? The better you feel good about yourself with the way you look, the better you feel good emotionally and mentally as well. But did you know that mental fitness is a different thing altogether, where you focus on doing certain activities, certain things that helps you stay fit mentally, right? Have you noticed that maybe as you age, there are some things that you may not be confident about as it was before? Now I got to tell you an example. In fact, I'll tell you a small story. I was abroad last month. We were in London and Scotland, and I was completely dependent on my daughter and my sister for all of the say with Google Maps, where to take what train from, which station, where do we come out from, which bus to take, literally. And why? Because I had this fear where I couldn't really even understand when when you click on Google Maps, it gives you a lot of options, and I was just like, this is it's just Latin to me. I can't get it. Right? And that is basically how mental health affects, because of course you'll see a decline, right? As your physical aspect, your bone density starts to decline, your muscle mass starts to reduce as you age. The same thing applies to your mental self, right? And trust me on this, the entire trip I didn't do anything. I was completely following everyone else, what they were doing. And on the last day when we booked in Uber XL, and the person said, look, instead of 6 we can take only 5, and I knew I wanted to kind of send my parents back and the kids back, and they're really tired, and I sent my elder one back with them, because she's studying in UK, so she still knows about. So I was like, okay, here I am alone, and I was like, okay, now what's next, right? Then I had no choice but to open up my phone, and we all know how expensive cabs are in London, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna either catch a bus or I'm gonna catch a train, but I'll figure it out. And I opened up the map, and for the first time on the last day of the trip, I was looking at the options, and then I figured, okay, so this is what it says when you click on transport. It tells you, which bus to take or which train to take, or how much to walk towards the train station, and then you click on it, it's giving you directions, and it was really simple. Now, after I did that, and after I, waited for the bus, checked the bus numbers, because there are a lot of bus numbers over there, right? And sometimes it's confusing. I waited for the bus, hopped on it, slowly when it was moving, I could, figure out the streets a little bit, and oh my God, it felt good. It felt good because there was this mental barrier that was stopping me from doing something as basic as, figuring out directions, through Google Maps the entire trip. And here I did it, and I felt like, oh my gosh, I have accomplished something, right? And this could be in anyone's cases. When you see people around you, maybe who are growing older, they feel they cannot, they don't understand apps, they don't understand Uber, they don't understand online shopping. It is a case of a decline, okay, in the mental fitness bit. But what you can do is, in fact, I'm going to give you solutions. I'm going to give you 5 easy solutions, or 5 easy tips how you can improve your mental fitness. Okay, and I can swear by this because I experienced it with the maps, but I have also seen a lot of other people, people I know have seen the difference as well. So the same way that physical fitness helps you feel good about yourself, you love it, endorphins, adrenaline, everything, the same thing even mental fitness does. But it is important to do that because you're stepping out of your comfort zone, learning something new. So there is a bit of pressure here which is going to help you build better mental health. So that little bit of pressure is good. So for example, when I was like, standing over there and I was like, okay, now what do I do? Obviously I felt a little pressured because for the first time in the entire trip, I'm opening and doing all of that. But that was good pressure because that helped me get past my fear of not understanding all these Google Maps and bus numbers and train numbers and, whichever station and north, south, east, west, whatever, yeah. So here are the tips, and I would love to share this with you. I want you all to implement at least one today. I did the same thing with my community. This was last week. We had a session where I've asked them to implement, one of these things, and it's very, very important. As much as you focus on your physical health, focus on your mental health, right? So here we go. Let me go through straight. Okay, so let me go straight through this. Mental fitness. The only way, that you can actually improve your mental health is learn something new. Now see, mental health has different definitions, but what I'm focusing on is your mental fitness, which starts to decline with age. So you want to do something to make sure that you're active here. And I'll give you an example, right? I mean, so many people, literally so many people that my dad knows have already retired. Okay, my dad's 77. He still goes to work every single day. And when someone asks him, why don't you retire? He's been working for 50 plus years. In fact, I think last year he completed 50 years of working, right? Imagine. And someone asked him, why don't you retire? He said that if I retire, this is going to reduce its functioning. And that is when I'm going to end up having health problems. That's what he tells people, and it's so true. That's why he says, whatever I do, I want to be fit, I want to be active, which he is physically, but I want to make sure I use my mental health as well, improve on that as well. Why? Because the more I use this, the more energy, the more exercise it's getting. Right? So I hope you understand where this is coming from. So make sure that, if you know anyone who's going through this, or if you feel that, you were so different in your 20s and 30s, and maybe now that you're in your 40s, it's different. Trust me, just take one of this and just implement it. Implement it and then put it in the chat box in the comment section. How did you feel about it? Right? So let's go straight into number 1. Okay, so the first one is basically learning new words or a new language. Okay, do you know you can learn at any age? It's just that, as and when, the time goes by, you just feel, you can't do it automatically, right? You get that thing, you can't do it. Like if someone were to ask me, hey Payal, you want to learn French? Even before the person completes the French word, I'll be like, no. See, that's how strong it is, right? That it's not possible, right? So learn new words, learn a new language. You could just focus on either. It takes time. But always learn new things, because that keeps the mind active, right? Second, walking backwards. Okay, now you would think this is physical, walking backwards, but it is a lot to do with, your mental health as well. It requires a lot of focus and concentration. If you're in Mumbai, the weather is really rainy, so maybe you can kind of skip this for now. But if you're anywhere else, and if it's summer or anything, you could even do this at your home actually, if you want to do. So if you have like a long, passage, you could do over there. So walking backwards again triggers your brain cells to help it work, be active. Okay. Third, learning a new app. I mean, this is honestly one of, literally, I think it's very important nowadays for a lot of people to do this. I'll give you an example. I was attending an AI, it was an AI session, learning new AIs or something like that from the Growth School, and they were really good. And I was attending that, and I learned like 20 new things that I could do with AI, which I had no idea. And that actually gave me more ideas because I was learning something new, so it kind of made this work a little bit more. Right? So learning new app, or in my case, how I manage the Google Maps, you could learn a new app. So whatever you feel that you are kind of not very okay with and you're a little scared of it, just go ahead and do it. Yeah. Next, you could learn a new instrument. Doesn't matter how old you are, you could learn a new instrument. I mean, you could be honestly even in your 30s and you could be doing different things like this, right? Because generally 20-30 is all about exploring different things, doing new things. So go ahead and learn a new instrument. Yeah, you could your fifth one. Okay, so the fifth, it would be playing a new game or a jigsaw puzzle. You know how the mind works when you're doing jigsaw puzzles? That is again great for mental fitness. Or you could play a new game. Having said that, these 5 things, if you incorporate slowly, at least starting with 1, you will see a change. And as you keep doing it prolonged, like as in, you keep doing these different things every time, you would see that you are sharper over here, right? That's also very important. Okay, having said that, if you feel that there's anything new that you want to try out, right, go ahead and do that. Explore the unknown, try out something new. That again helps with mental fitness. So these are the 5 tips that you could, definitely start doing it, so you could see a shift in your mental health and staying young. It's also anti-aging, right? Anti-aging is like the thing nowadays, but all of this also helps in that, and it's important, right, as I said. So if there's any queries that you have, please drop it in the comment section. I will be also starting my webinars very soon. I will be putting up the link on the comment section once that's finalized. If you want to be a part of my community, you're most welcome to reach out to me, and I will do whatever I can to help you. Right, so take care. Let's make this world a better place to be in. Please like, share, subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you so much for watching.